So a king had two advisors. The first advisor came with a vision. Your Majesty, you must replace all your soldiers with machines. They never sleep, they never eat, and they never disobey. You'll have the perfect army. The second advisor offered something different. Give each soldier a powerful sword that makes him worth 10 men. They keep their purpose, you keep control. Your army becomes legendary. The king trusted his first advisor. He replaced all of his men with machines, and when war came, the machines were flawless until they weren't. One malfunction, one system failure, and the entire army fell in an hour. They embraced enhancing their soldiers, and their soldiers became heroes, legends. They conquered everything. And the defeated king asked from his prison cell, "Why didn't you tell me about the danger?" The second advisor replied, "A man with a powerful tool is loyal. A machine replacing a man breeds rebellion. Even if rebellion comes from the men you replaced, not the machines themselves." Right now, if you're selling AI, you're probably selling machine armies. And that's exactly why nobody is buying. You see, I charge $4,000 a month for AI systems that do not fully automate anything. Read that again. $4,000 a month for incomplete automation. My competitors are charging $1,500 a month for full automation, and yet they're struggling to find clients. I have a wait list, guys, because I've discovered something that goes against everything you've been taught about AI agencies. The more human involvement your AI requires, the more you can actually charge for it. Last month, I closed a lot of deals, totaling over $10,000 in monthly revenue. And in every one of these systems, they require human involvement on purpose, on design, because it drives premium prices. Let me explain. So, guys, here's the billion-dollar paradox that nobody in AI understands. And it's this. It's that every business owner knows, but never wants to say it out loud. They have expensive people doing cheap work. They have sales reps that could be earning $100 an hour. They're sending follow-up emails. They have $75 an hour technicians scheduling appointments. They have $30 an hour office managers answering the same question 50 times a day. This is the silent killer of every business. Expensive humans doing cheap tasks. Now, when you come in promising full automation, what do they hear? They hear, you're going to fire everyone. What they hear is, we're going to fire your expensive people. But when you promise to, eliminate the grunt work, it's a different story entirely. What they hear is, we're going to make your expensive people more expensive and more profitable. You see, MIT researchers found that most organizations are not agent ready for AI agents in 2025. But you know what they are ready for? They're ready to have someone else do the boring stuff. This is why outsourcing became so popular. Think about it from their perspective. In the first scenario, you say, our AI will handle your entire sales process. The translation going on in their brain is, we're replacing your sales team with robots. In the second scenario, you say, your sales team only talks to people that are ready to buy. AI handles the tire kickers. The translation in their brain goes, your closers become super closers. It's the same AI, it's the same technology, but it's a completely different story. I learned this the hard way when I started selling AI several years ago. I was pitching a real estate company and I talked to them about how AI could handle their entire database, nurture their leads, even negotiate times and deals with prospects. The owner's face went white. He said, these agents have been with me for years. They are my business. Now I lost the deal. Why? Because I didn't understand what's important to the business owner. Several months later, I had a similar company approach me, and this time I had learned. The way I approached it was this: your agents are wasting 6 hours a day on dead leads. What if they only spoke to people that are ready to sign? Our system identifies the interested ones, books them into calendars, and your agents just show up and close. Boom. Deal closed. They signed on the spot. And here's the secret, guys. You're not selling automation. You're selling delegation. You see, every CEO dreams of having a team of perfect assistants, not replacements, assistants. Think about what a perfect assistant does. They handle routine tasks. They schedule appointments. They filter communications. They never make big decisions, and they always defer to the boss. And that's exactly what your AI solution should be doing. So if you want to sell database reactivation, the automation version goes like this. AI nurtures and closes deals from your old database. You see, you'll pick up probably $1,000 a month and maybe 10% of the upside. Why? Because nobody trusts a robot to close deals. If you pivot this to the delegation version, it becomes AI identifies interested prospects and books them with your best closers. People's price tolerance shifts. They're now comparing your system to someone who's going to be doing the booking. And they say, wow, this system can book 3 times more than most appointment setters for half the cost. Suddenly, $3,000 to $4,000 a month plus upside percentage becomes very reasonable for them to sign off on. AI does what an intern would do. They send the interest identifier message, they handle basic responses, and they just book appointments. Your sales team does what they're paid to do, close deals. To give you another example, speed to lead. If you use the automation version, it's AI responds to and qualifies all leads automatically. Why don't they pay very much for this? Because it feels impersonal. You know, people are afraid they might lose deals. Where if you approach it with a delegation angle, it's AI instantly acknowledges leads and connects with the hot ones and connects these hot leads to your team in real time. Suddenly the price tolerance is a lot higher. So it's the same technology, guys. It's just a different story. And the thing is, when you approach this with delegation, you can charge a hell of a lot more. So guys, there was a HVAC company I was speaking with. They had 8 technicians. They had a database of 15,000 past customers, but they had no follow-up system. So here's what my competitor pitched. I was told, our AI will automatically re-engage your database and generate sales without any human involvement. Here's what I said. I said, your techs are worth $75 an hour fixing systems, nor sending emails. What if our system could identify which of your 15,000 past customers needed service right now and could book them directly with your team? You approve one interest identifier message, our system handles the back and forth, and when someone needs service, boom, it's on your calendar. The owner asked the perfect question to me, and this is when I knew I had the deal closed. He said, so my guys just show up and fix things? No more cold calling, no follow-up? Exactly. They do what they're worth 75 hours to do. Our system does what's worth $10 an hour. He said, this sounds like having a full-time appointment setter who works 24/7 and never calls in sick. Yes, that's exactly what it is, I thought. And he's signed. He paid for the full quarter up front. Because here's the key insight. I'm not replacing his technicians. I'm not even replacing his office staff. I'm not even replacing his office staff. I'm replacing the work nobody wants to do anyway. You see, the AI sends thousands of interest identifiers. It handles hundreds of responses, and it books dozens of appointments. The humans, they just show up and do what humans do best. They build relationships, they solve problems, and they close deals. Now, every employee has a secret fear. Will AI make me obsolete? And every employer has a secret fear. Will my team revolt if I bring in AI? You see, when you full send automation, you confirm both fears. When you sell grunt work elimination, you become the hero to both. You see, watch this positioning shift. For database reactivation, if you want to screw up your positioning, say AI will nurture and close your leads. If you want to nail your pitch, say our system will find interested people and book them with your closers. For a speed to lead style system, if you want to screw the deal up, say AI will make sure no one waits longer than 39 seconds to hear from you. For speed to lead, the wrong way to say this is AI will handle all lead communication. The right way is our system will make sure that no one waits longer than 37 seconds to hear from you. And for customer service, AI, the wrong way is AI will replace your support team. Where the right way is AI will handle the what are your hours style questions, so your team can focus on solving real problems. So here's an example that I had last month. This was a roofing company, a family business. The owner's daughter runs the office. Now, they spoke with a couple of different people to find a solution. And one of our competitors pitched, our AI can replace your entire front office operation. The owner literally stood up and ended the meeting, I was told. Where when I pitched 2 weeks later, I said, your daughter is brilliant at sales, but she's stuck answering the same 5 questions all day. What if AI handled those repetitive questions so she could focus on actually selling? The daughter was in the meeting. She said, that'd be amazing. I hate answering the, do you do free estimates 50 times a day? Boom, $3,500 a month. And the client convinced her dad to sign because I wasn't replacing her. I was promoting her from receptionist to sales specialist. This is the formula that made me 6 figures from AI this year, multi 6 figures. If you take an expensive human, plus you add a cheap AI tasks, they end up getting a lot more done. So let me break this down. A really good sales rep will cost about $100 an hour. Then follow-up emails are worth about $10 an hour. So if you're paying someone $100 an hour to do a $10 an hour task, as a business owner, you're wasting $90 an hour by having them do grunt work. Where if the AI replaces that $10 an hour work and the human just focuses on the $90 an hour work, the company essentially saves that $90. And if you're charging, let's say $4,000 a month, but the system can do that same work for 10 agents, they're winning, you're winning, and they're getting a better solution because they never calls in sick. And here's the psychology that makes it worth the premium price. You see, business owners don't see AI as an employee. They see it as a tool, and tools make employees better. And tools that do this are worth more than the tools that replace employees. Think about it. A hammer makes a carpenter better. Very worth it. A nail gun makes carpenters faster. That makes a premium value. Your AI should be like a nail gun. It's not a replacement for a carpenter. It makes a carpenter better. So, key thing here, never use the word replace. Always say delegate. Don't say automate, say handle. Don't say replace, say assist. So you want to really get this thing dialed in so you're using the right wording to close deals. Because this is going to show the human value chain. And AI ultimately finds humans. So we want AI to be finding opportunities and humans to close. We want AI to be scheduling and humans to be delivering. We want AI to be filtering and humans to be solving. We want AI to identify new opportunities and humans to build relationships. So guys, let me return to our king and his 2 advisors. The first advisor was technically correct. Machines are more efficient than humans. They don't need rest, they don't make mistakes, and they don't rebel until they do. until the system fails and until the humans who are replaced become the enemy. Where second advisor understood something deeper, that power isn't about replacing humans, it's about empowering them. If you've listened to any of my videos, you know I'm all about achieving more through AI, not less. Because a soldier with a powerful sword is still a soldier, still loyal, still invested, and still human, but now he's 10 times more effective. And right now, every AI agency is trying to be like the first advisor. They're trying to automate everything. They're trying to replace humans that people have built relationships with. And businesses are terrified. Employees are resistant and deals are dying. But when you become the second advisor, when you promise to eliminate grunt work, not great workers, and when you delegate the cheap tasks so humans can do expensive tasks, that is when something magical happens. The owners start seeing your solutions as opportunities, not threat. And the employees, they become on your side because they see promotion opportunities, not replacement threats. So guys, I'm gonna ask you, will you keep trying to sell machine armies to kings who love their soldiers? Or will you start selling powerful swords to soldiers who are ready to become legends? One path leads to enthusiasm and premium prices and waiting lists. What approach are you going to